you'll be good.
Okay. I'm not seeing it turn any other kind of color yet. But okay, there we go. Now I see the little timer. And then I go back to StreamYard. Or just...
You know we be with it, we off in the hood like some wizards. Nobody ever gave us anything. Meant something from nothing, just like magicians. Gotta relearn everything. Just to remember that I was forgetting. Just to remember that we had a vision. Did it all, don't know how I did it. Time to go start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we know the vision. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we know the vision. Off on the mission, you know how it goes. Off in the system, they turn up their nose. They took all the soil, but they didn't know. Through the concrete, you see the roads. Eyes ain't open, don't mean I ain't woke. Ain't got no cash, don't mean that I'm broke.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Ascending Beyond Limit, where you can just kind of dive into the unknown, make it known to you, and then dive again. Hi, Marcus.
Hello, Sandee. Grand day to you. And hello and grand day to everybody else that is tapping in either live on Instagram or YouTube. And thank you for each and every one of you that have continued to support us as well as embark upon this beautiful journey of ascending beyond limitations as we've been exploring the raw material law of one, which is a very beautiful sacred text and book that deals with channelings as well as divine messages from different guides such as Ra and a few others. And wow, the topics that we have explored have been so just enlightening as well as peaceful as well. And when I say peaceful, I mean peaceful in the nature of really feeling and sensing the organic truth of the wholeness that we are through these different messages and teachings that have been passed on from Ra through the channelers to us. And wow, what a beautiful journey it's been. We've had My Earth Day on the first episode. We had Your Earth Day on the third episode. And now here we are, episode 4. Welcome everybody and thank you for being here. How are you today, Sandee?
I am good. Getting better each day, each now moment. You know, moving through energy. You know that we are these triune beings, and for the most part, I know, I'll put it this way. I know when I had what I realized was my first awakening, I thought I would be able to spiritually jump all the negative stuff that happens, or what I consider negative stuff that happens in the physical form. But we're meant to experience this physical form. This is what our divine, how you would say, lives for, is the journey that we take it on. You know, what my mother used to call life. She used to tell me, Sandee, life is a roller coaster ride. Sometimes take your hands and hold them up and just go with the flow and feel the roller coaster as it moves back and forth. And that's literally what life is. Some motions feel good and some don't. But, you know, as a free will being, or let's put it this way, a sovereign free will being, we get to take it all with grace. We get to have likes and dislikes. We get to feel things that don't feel, some things that feel really gritty. And you kind of feel like you want to go home and take a shower and try to wash it all off, you know. But we get to feel it. And we get to say, oh, that doesn't work really well for me. I like to try something else. I don't want to sink into that kind of thing. So let me move, you know. So I've been doing that, you know, and I can say there's some things that you find out about yourself and you go, ooh, I don't like that. I think I want to change it. I think that has been the motion, or the roller coaster ride. And I'm going to tell you, I feel really good now knowing that this what would you call it? This cycle of Earth Day for me has been liberating. I hope that all of June, all of this moon cycle and sun cycle is glorious for you as well. As we get to moving in, to this moment.
Fresh Organic Spa Bar. Welcome. Is that someone that you know, Sandee?
Organic Spa Bar, is that? No, I think that's, oh yes. You know what? It is.
They commented on your Instagram and then they moved to YouTube.
Yeah. It's like, hold on a second. Is my comments moving? Forgive me, Organic Spa Bar. My comments aren't moving right now at this time. I'm looking, but all I see is myself saying hello. So it's all right. They'll move again.
Oh, it's on your live side. You're looking at mine.
Oh, I'm looking at yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
But her name is Larissa, she says.
Yes. Larissa, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. I am looking on yours and you are looking on mine. Hey.
I'm looking at both.
Oh,
I use my backup account to look at my own.
Oh, and hey, I have no backup account. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, welcome in. Hello, Nature Wolf. Who else? I think Queen Casey is here. She might have popped in. I know today is she's at home with the kids. I love you. I love the kids. Tell them hello. We are going to get started. I think we were talking.
Started in here.
Yeah, let's get it started in here. So we were talking about some of the densities that Ra was talking about, right? Ra was explaining through a question about the different densities, how they moved, right? And Ra was talking about first density, which is what resonated with me was the creation of everything all at once and not at once. The reason why I say all at once and not at once is you get to have a matrix vision of it, or an illusionary vision of how the creation started. Everybody is going to have a difference of opinion because it's their experience. What Ross says is it all came into being all at once by the creator. And the creator is seeking the experience and the feeling. So first density was creation. I mean, the earth consciousness started to see, feel, and experience itself in the rocks, in the lava, in the consciousness of mist, which we might call air, and in the mist itself, which we also call water. So all of these not just the earth, but the consciousness of stars being placed where they needed to be placed for the story to occur, for the divine to seek itself in the illusionary or the matrix of everything in thought form, everything in visual form, everything in audible form, everything that is form. Now, what made the Rod says that it took about 75,000 years, okay, and that's in the language of humanity. That's our language. Years don't matter to the divine, but years matter to us because that's what's countable, and it's okay for that. We don't have to pretend that there's no time, because in third density, time became available. It became a form, right? So Ross says that the composition of the story began with thought, the thought of the divine. The divine thought of itself and wanted to feel itself in form. Hence, here we go. The divine put intention of the thought, and then the vibration of energy, which the divine is. Energy is never created and it can never be destroyed. Why? Because the divine is energy. No matter what label we put on it, whether you call it Almighty God or Buddha consciousness or Jesus consciousness or whatever the label, energy is, and it will always be. What happens is it changes, it evolves, it creates for us. Energy literally is waiting for us to give it a command to create for us. And all energy is the command of the divine. Right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And the fact that we have all this glorious cosmic energy, the same energy that the universe was created from, is part of our not just our DNA. It's in the molecules of our skin, in our fascia, in our hair follicles. It's everywhere. It's us. We're just another form of energy, right? And that energy kept evolving to its next plateau, which was second density, where earth consciousness started to evolve and become conscious of itself in flowers, in grass, in trees, in the consciousness of what we consider the lower animals. It grew, it expanded. And Ross said to the scientists, "Oh, this was, it took another 25 to 35,000 years to do this, but the divine told me it's blink of an eye, and not even our eyes." The divine had the thought, okay, it's time to shift again, and shifting began. And then the divine said, if I can do it, so can you. I mean, holy shit. The divine told me that. If I can do it, so can you. I'm literally reading this book, and I'm going to tell you, when I first started reading it, the moment I heard the word Ra and whatnot, and Egypt and whatnot, the first thing I did was, oh, okay, now I have to choose between being a Baptist little girl and believing, going from believing that God is this man in the sky that's walking around in a robe, sitting down on his throne, that kind of thing, to believing in Ra. I was watching Stargate, thinking Ra is some alien and, robbing humans to take to another dimension, that kind of thing. I really had to sit down with it, go in deep, and actually open up myself and allow myself to be available to the information of the divine. Right? Because we think of, oh, this is Ra, he's the sun god, and blah blah blah. And we remember about the stories of the pharaohs and Jason and the Argonauts and all of this. But if you sit down and open it, and if you're looking for a different explanation of creation, maybe possibly this is one of the infinite possibilities. Doesn't mean it's right for you. You have to choose that, right? So we're going from, now Ra is telling them that we're going from second density to third density, where not only the earth is conscious of itself, but we become conscious of ourselves. We begin the story. We begin the densities. Why? Because we chose that. Our higher beings chose that. So here we are, right? We're in third density. We're in this density where we say, well, all this shit happening to us, I wouldn't have chose that. Well, no, you wouldn't have. Your physical form wouldn't have. Your higher being did. It said, I want to go play. It answered the call and said, okay, third, if you want to see, the divine said, third density open, and opened the playground, opened the gates to the playground and said, come on in and play. And every version of the divine said, I want to play. And every higher being said, well, this third density is about having the polar opposites. Well, that means I came from absolute, which means absolute. There's everything and nothing all at once. That's absolute. Everything that can be happening all at once and not. Every part of the divine having a beingness of itself. One having a beingness of itself being, and then another having a being of itself not being. That's the divine. Now the divine gets to do it in form. And it opened the gates and said, all versions of me get to come play this. What do you want to play? Some versions said, I want to play at control. I want to control everything. Matter of fact, some of them said, I want to be the very essence of the divine, and I want to control everything. And then some said, well, I already know what the absolute unconditional love is. I want to know the opposite of that. So I guess I want to see what hate is. I want to know what that vibration feels like. That's the only reason why we have a polarity, is so that we can have a story. And then guess what? The divine said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you free will. It won't be fun for me if all versions of me do this. It wouldn't be a fair assessment for me to be in this third density and not be able to feel it freely. So guess what? We got free will. Right? Free will of everything. So if you I was a little Baptist girl. I didn't believe the story, but if you grew up a little Baptist girl or boy, and that's the story you believe, and that's the truth you believe, guess what? That's your free will. Nobody, not me, not Marcus, not anybody else in this world can change your free will story. You get to live it. And the divine says, ooh, that's an experience. Not good, not bad, just, ooh, that's an experience. And then at any time, you get to change the destination. You get to change the journey. That's the density of it. And this density lasted a long time. Why? Because it's the most dense. It's actually the most pleasurable. I know you guys are shaking your head at that. How can this shit be pleasurable, right?
Yeah.
How Sandee, how could you say that when you lost your mother at 30 years old, and it took you 2 years to come to terms with it? How can you say that's pleasurable? Because if I didn't feel the loss, I wouldn't feel the pleasure of knowing that she's with me. Took me a while. It's pleasurable. Sandee, how could you say that pushing 3 babies the size of bowling balls out of you and doing 6 hours of labor and 8 hours of labor, how could you say that was pleasurable? It wasn't. But what came after was. Right? Sandee, how could you say being in your first car accident and listening to the adjuster say, well, you guys shouldn't even be alive, and looking at the car totally totaled, and here, first thought is, shit, I don't have a car anymore. That's ego saying all these other things. But the pleasure part is myself and my 3 kids. And at that time, there weren't seatbelts. There were no seatbelt laws. There were no seatbelts. It was just, hey, the kids sat in the back seat. They got to sit in the front seat. Right? No, not pleasurable. But thrilled that we survived it. Right? So what Ra is saying is this third density brings you all the truly opposites, and that's the contrast of this life, and that's why it's taken so long for us. We feel like it's a blink of an eye. We feel that if we live to 80 years old, that's a long time. In this density, when third density first started, beings were living till 900 years. Let me read it to you. Let me find it. Page 196. Said all of that to get to this. Wow. Okay, 196. The pages are sticking together. Okay. It says 196, 197. It says that third density is 75,000 years, and it has a life cycle. The life cycle expectancy was 900 years. 900 years. Yet we're told that the life expectancy of a human, caveman, was 30. Do you see the difference? Ra is just saying you guys got your calculations kind of wrong. It was 900. I'm just saying. Life expectancy was approximately 900 years. And then the question was asked, well, what was the percentage of this? And Ross said, well, with free will choice for the incarnation of coming to Earth and having this expression of experience, 54%. Right? 54%. We're totally excited now that we have the elderly. We're excited about the elderly living to 101. I think we just celebrated in not mainstream news, but news like I think I saw it on Spectrum News. They were celebrating someone who was 114. The planetary consciousness has shifted, and she took humanity with her, those that are conscious of it. That's all Ra is saying. It's about consciousness. It's about where you move, how you shift. You can believe anything you want to believe. And remember, these questions were these questions and this channeling is not even mainstream now. But everything he shared with us, or the collective consciousness called Ra shared with us, is happening right now. It's expansive. It's shifting. I certainly would want to know what it would look like for me to be 900 years old in this third density. That would, for me, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Right? That's Marcus. I hope that helps. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Back to you, Marcus.
Yeah, that would be like, man, could you imagine all of what you could integrate and embody in 900 years? Like, wow. The things that you would be capable of and be a part of. Like, not just be a part of, but like actually build and actually like be able to build consistency with for that long of a period with community and others. That'd be, wow. Ooh-wee. So I like in the beginning, in the beginning I was talking about basically, if I believe correctly, it talks about how the creator basically creates through intention and some other elements. Is there any chance that you could go back to that beginning?
Yeah, hold on.
And kind of rephrase that, because that's a really interesting one. And there's something I want to relate it to.
Okay, hold on. I believe that's on page 134, 135.
If you guys have any questions in the chat, or if you guys hear something get read and you want to hear it again, or you want to hear more about it, or you want to share about it, feel free to comment in the comments and let us know.
Okay, so let's see. I'll probably have to go back one. Hold on. There is, okay, I think there is one other page. Let me go to the thing where it says creation. Okay, so it says, you guys have to forgive me. I think I moved my markers.
You are forgiven.
Okay. All right. So, I think it's here. It says, I am Ra. The first known thing in the creation is infinity. The infinity is creation. The questioner says, from this infinity, then must come what we experience as creation. What was the next step or the next evolvement? Ra says, I am Ra. Infinity became aware. This was the next step. Ra says, and then the questioner says, after this, what came next? You see, because the questioner is doing everything in a linear movement. It does not mean that Ra is saying that everything is linear. Ra is answering the question as the questionnaire asks, as such as not to usurp or go above or beyond free will.
Mm-hmm.
Ra says, I am Ra. Awareness led to the focus of energy. Focus is intention. Intention is your best tool. We have infinite possibilities of tools to use, but intention or your focus plus your energy creates.
That's right.
It does it whether you're conscious of it or not. The divine made sure so that you could always have a story, so that you can always experience. Conscious or not, believing in it or not, you get to have the experience. So Ra says, awareness led to the focus of infinity into infinite energy. You have called this by various vibrational sound complexes, the most common to your ears being logos. Everything is a logos. The earth consciousness is a logos. The moon is a logos. The sun is a logos. Logos is beingness. Logos is becomingness. Logos can change. You can change it. Logos is just another label. Or logos can be called love. The divine so loved itself that it created more of itself. Well, that's not in here, but that's what, and I'm vibrating from the very tips of my toes all the way up to my crown chakra. The divine so loved itself that it created more of itself, and it wanted to see itself in form. Here we are. We are walking logos. We are the same as the sun. We are the same as the moon. We're the same as the stars. But we just get to walk and talk. We get to have any story we want to have. The sun gets to have its story too. Its story is that it shines for us. It keeps us warm. It keeps earth consciousness warm. It keeps everything growing, everything expanding. Matter of fact, the sun as a logos is expanding. The sun and the moon as logoses, they occupy the same space. Our consciousnesses just don't see it that way yet. But the logoses themselves give you the opportunity to see the moon and the sun at the same time.
Yep.
Raise your hand if you have. That just means you're seeing it through a different conscious lens. Yes, I raise my hand. I have. All right, and not when not in an eclipse. All those little shapes that you see, and you go, "What's that?" And then you think it's something that's alien. It's not alien. It's not a fictitious, that somebody put that up there and man made that. You're giving man too much credit. You're giving government too much credit.
Yeah.
You're giving your all these little stories too much credit. Really look and see it. Tell the divine, I want to see that which I cannot see with my physical eyes. I want to see it with my spiritual eyes. I want to see it and go within. I want to see the love of the divine showing up as the moon and the sun at the same time. A logos that can change its story at any time. Of course, the sun is going to expand and change. Oh, the sun is changing. Oh, why are you so fucking surprised at that? Of course, it's going to change. From the time you came out your mother's womb till the time, I'll use myself, from the time I came out my mother's womb till the time I had my solar return, my 67th solar return, I was changing. I was evolving. I'm a logos. Let's keep going. The creator is the focusing of infinite. The focusing of infinity. And it is aware. And it is conscious of the principle that we call it. It's conscious. The divine is conscious of itself through Marcus, through me, through you. We're logos. Right? So Ra says, the creator is the focusing of infinity as an aware or conscious principle called by us as closely as we can create. And then he says, we can create it. In using our words, they say we create it as understanding / learning in your language. The divine, the logos of infinity, is understanding and learning itself as it is creating.
Yeah, there it is. That's exactly it. That's what I wanted to touch on.
There we go. Back to you.
So now you hear the quote, we are made in the image of the Creator. We're made in the image of God, so to say. And then you hear this: intention, focus of energy, awareness. And then you think about the human being. What is basically the main operating system of the human being when it comes to manifestation, magnetizing into your space to experience, as well as being able to download, ground, and be able to channel information? Through our intentions, through our focus of our awareness of where we direct our energy. So when you hear that through Ra is giving you a very clear example that relates to the biblical text of being made in the Creator's image. As human beings, we are literally running off of our electromagnetic currency that is flowing through our being. How do we manifest in this realm? We manifest through our third eye chakra. And through our third eye chakra, we project through our focal point of energy into our holographic reality what it is that we want to materialize into this physical realm. With that being said, this is why one of the biggest principles in this realm is discipline. With discipline, you're able to harness, you're able to maintain, you're able to rise and raise your kundalini, your life force energy, and then be able to project that consciously as a conscious co-creator through your pineal gland, your third eye, into your physical holographic reality. This is also why the third eye center is the main chakra for your perception, your ability to be able to perceive wholeness, or if it's out of balance, duality, and polarized in duality. Along with that, you think about attraction, the law of attraction, so to say. We set our intention. Through our intention of our energy within, we are then setting out to the universe the message or the command that we wish to have assimilated into our reality. And this is why we set intentions. Intentions kind of carve out the roadmap of how we want to explore this journey with the universe. And through each intention that we set, the universe responds to it directly. And the universe is so neutral, it is so non-biased, that you have to be specific, as detailed as you can be, with what it is that you wish to experience in this realm. So this is all relating to our intention, our focus of our conscious awareness. And this also ties in with the teaching that I had last with my Light Body Awareness 101 on the YouTube channel, which is about energy cords. One way that we form energy cords is through our focus of our conscious energy. Where we focus our conscious energy, we then begin to create an energetic cord. And that energetic cord then binds to or connects to the being or the space that we are continuously giving our focus to. Now, this isn't good or bad, but it's about awareness and self-awareness. Is what we're focusing on, is what we are attaching to and creating these cords to, is it supportive of our vibration? Is it supportive of what it is that we wish to continue to attract, manifest, and experience more of? This is why you hear the stereotype, the cliches about if you don't want more of something in your life, take your focus or your attention away from it. We always have these subconscious jokes and subconscious clues that we have had throughout humanity. And then later on, we may have those aha moments like, oh, that's why that's so ingrained in the subconscious of humanity on such a level that it's like everybody just knows these stereotypes. Everybody knows these type of jokes, And namaste, safe travels on the road to you, Genesis. Thank you for being here, King. And
thank you.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that this knowledge is our knowledge of self. And what you see going on for a long time here in this realm and this planet is, those that are acting in the self-righteous manner continuously flooding us with all of these things to do what? To grab our attention, to grab our focus. And the more that it continues to be played over and over through the television, through the computer, through the billboards, through the stores, through the groceries, on the boxes, all this stuff to get our attention. Now, with what we just said, why would they want our attention? Well, where our attention goes, our sacred energy flows. And if our sacred energy is flowing into different portals, different gateways, different energetic spaces that can, number one, either siphon our energy, number two, be able to manipulate and control, and number three, be able to reprogram and program us as they desire and wish. And that is actually a 100% fair game in this realm because of free will. And because of free will, it is in our own power as sovereign individuals to become aware of this and to do something about it. And when I say do something about it, I'm not saying go into super masculine mode and be a rebel and try to destroy the government or something. It's actually more of taking back your focus, taking back where you're giving your attention, and starting to feed that and nurture that with what is going to be supportive, what is going to be healthy, what is going to be nurturing for you in your journey and in your life. And we all have this gift of power, this gift of choice, as we spoke on from the text. We will always have the gift of power and choice of where we choose to continue to focus our energy. And yeah, it may be hard, it may be a little difficult to break those addictive tendencies at first. But man, I tell you, it's a beautiful feeling when you can really start bringing your life and your focuses back to simplicity of focusing on your health, focusing on your career, focusing on community, and focusing on your loved ones. And man, when you can really be able to get your attention to that and whatever else it is that you hold dearly to unconditional love and feeling the best, you'll continue to get more of that. You'll continue to amplify more of that. And why? Because of the mechanics and the laws of how energy and vibration works. As we said, the more you focus on something, the more you continue to amplify it, the more you continue to magnetize it into your space, because we are naturally magnetic beings.
Yes.
So just really think about that. Think about where you're giving your attention daily, where you're focusing. Are you focusing on the news? Are you worried about what's going on in the federal court systems with Hunter Biden and Trump and all these people? Are you worried about what's going to happen in the next election? Are you sitting here worried about what the next illness is going to be in the mainstream population?
Yes.
Or are you sitting there thinking about, what can I do right now with this free space that I have? Maybe I can meditate. Maybe I can study. Maybe I can read a book that I've always wanted to read. Maybe I can listen to a podcast. Maybe I can do some yoga. Maybe I can journal. Maybe I can play some video games that I haven't played in a long time that I love. I can go on and on about the different things that we can really focus on and do.
Yeah, I can get in my car and go for a drive up a coast, whatever coast you're on.
Yeah, getting out and just exploring nature, taking a drive. There's so many things, and I just invite us all to really think about, maybe even pull out your journal or whatever you like, and just give yourself the space to think about, what is it that I've been focusing on every day? What is it that is continuing to fluctuate my energy, throw me off balance, confuse me, make me feel lost, make me feel like there's no hope? Just consider the things in your life that are causing these and start thinking about how you can direct your focus away from them and to other things. Back to you.
Oh, I love that. I totally see that transition into that vibrational power. You know, I'm going to use myself as an example. I have people that don't understand why I don't talk a lot about politics. I don't really talk a lot about the things that are going on the news. And what I tell them is, or what I have been telling them all this time is, I've lived enough lifetimes here right now to know that anything in the political arena has not changed me from growing and expanding. I still live my life. I've lived through Republican presidents. I've lived through Democratic presidents. I lived through laws changing and not surviving, thriving. I actually had to sit down at the seat of who I am and go, I didn't just survive that. I thrived it. I lived it. I enjoyed my life. I enjoyed my life story. I'm still enjoying my life story. It doesn't matter to me. The thing is, they are playing a role just like we are. We have these avatars, these physical forms that our higher beings have come to use, to seek to express. So whatever you see in the news or on, whatever you're focused on, you've got that energy focused on, that's where that's where you're going to create from. I just choose not to be just a survivor. I don't want to be just a survivor. I want to thrive. If I'm going to share my energy with anything, that it doesn't mean that I don't know what's going on in the world, but what I choose to share my energy with and create is going to be in the solution realm, not the problem. That's me. That's the answer that I give people that are around me. I want to use my power to uplift. That's my choice. That's my free will choice. Will it work for someone else? Maybe not. But am I going to sit and go, ooh, I triggered them because they don't like the fact that I'm using my energy for greater glory, to serve, to be a teacher and to be a student. I want to read you something. We're going to go back a moment, okay? The questioner says, and then I assume that you can't name him, so I will ask you where Nikola Tesla got his information. Anybody remembering this Nikola Tesla and the history behind it, how it's told, right? Nikola Tesla wanted to connect the whole world. He wanted to do it using DC. He wanted to connect the whole world. Those in power of that you know, in that of energy, that they were getting money from the telephone, the, you know, all of the things that we were using at that time and making money on it, said, ooh, that can't be done. You're crazy. This is why they're asking this question. Now, I just kind of paraphrased it. You go look it up. Go look that information up about Nikola Tesla. All right. So the questioner says, where did he get his information? Ra says, I am Ra. The one known as Nikola received information from Confederation sources desirous of aiding this externally. He got the information from the divine. Shall we say angelically positive entities in bettering the existence of its fellow mind, body, spirit complexes? That's what we are. That's what Ra considers us to be: mind, spirit, body complexes. Right? It is unfortunate, I'm excited, forgive me, shall we say, that like many wanderers, the vibrational distortions of the third density illusion cause this entity to become extremely distorted in its perceptions of its fellow mind, body, spirit complexes, so that its mission was hindered and in the result perverted from its purpose. His body wasn't ready for the energy that he was receiving with the information that he was given. So the other mind-body complexes saw him as crazy. But here's the thing that the divine wants you to know, that even though Nikola Tesla purpose to bring this information, to teach this information, and to make this, to manifest this, didn't occur, it was still manifested. Some believe it was stolen, right? It wasn't stolen. It had to be gifted again. It just happened to be given to the world through people who were not as willing to share it with the whole world like it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to start part 2 on Instagram?
Yes. Talk me through it.
Okay. So everybody that's tapped in on Instagram, Instagram gives us an hour limit with this streaming that we are using. So what we're going to do is this is going to shut down, and then right away we will go ahead and get going part 2 on Instagram. So if you guys give us maybe like literally 2 minutes, we'll have part 2 flowing on Instagram, and then you guys can tap back in. Just give us about 1 to 2 minutes. We'll have part 2 up and running, and we'll be back on. So just hold tight, and we'll get part 2 flowing for you guys on the IG side. And on YouTube, feel free to take a break. Use the restroom if you would like. Grab some water and hydrate. And hydration check for all of you out there. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated, especially during these summer waves.
All right. So right now what am I going to do? I'm going to go to my Instagram. How am I going to close that without delete? Do I just go to Instagram and say stop in live?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. In live. All right. And then it says in live video, and then it has discard video, but I don't want to do that. I want to go and
Yep. Just go ahead and refresh your Instagram tab.
okay. Refresh. All right. There we go. All right. And then I go to create live. And go down. Oops, hold on. Sending beyond limitations. Public. Next. Copy the stream code. I'm getting good. I'm getting good. Okay.
One day Instagram will extend their lives. One day.
Mm-hmm. One day, very soon. Okay. Paste. Send. So good, so good, so good. Okay, let's go back to my Instagram and then go back to StreamYard and wait for you. Yay. I'm so excited. I am so excited, guys, that we have found that Nikola Tesla, man.
Tesla.
They even did a episode about Nikola Tesla on Doctor Who.
Oh, did they? That has to be really cool.
Yeah. They did it
I would love to see
on
that.
yeah. They did it when they had the very first Doctor Who as a woman.
Okay.
Man, that was awesome. It was really awesome.
What the heck?
Oh, Toronto's last day of Tesla's medicine meeting and trade show. Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. Was she saying that Toronto was the last day that he had one of those?
I'm thinking last day Tesla. Yeah,
All right.
I think.
Go ahead and hit go live on your Instagram.
Okay. There we go.
There we are. We're both up and we are back. We are back. Instagram. We are back.
We're back. All right, here we go. And I'm looking on your live, your Instagram live.
Mhm.
I love this. I love this technology. Technology isn't a bad thing. It's kind of like how far you want it to take you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we were saying, Tesla, his idea was he wanted to connect the whole world. That's how big a dream he had. Okay.
Okay, Sandee. Well, if you'd like to continue on and pick up or where you were, feel free.
Okay. So the questioner says, how was Tesla's work supposed to benefit man on Earth, and what were its purposes? Are you ready? Ra says, I am Ra. The most desired purpose of the mind-body complex, known as Nikola, was the freeing. I'm going to slow my roll. And I'm going to take a sip of my tea first, because I got to slow my roll. I'm excited. Was the freeing, Freeing, of all planetary entities from darkness. Thus, it attempted to give the planet the infinite energy of the planetary sphere for use in lightning and power. Tesla wanted to collect the whole world. Light it up. He had all that power flowing through him. He couldn't focus it. All he knew was what he was called to do. And everybody else saw it as, oh, he's crazy. Oh, he's talking off, he's talking, pie in the sky kind of dreams. That'll never happen. DC energy, that'll never happen. They were only into AC. But now guess what? We got AC, we got DC. We got it. The questioner said, by freeing the planetary entities from darkness, precisely what do you mean? Ra says, I am Ra. Most of the following answers was lost due to a tape recorder malfunction. That means the energy of the person that Ra is channeling through had a malfunction. The core of the response was as follows. We spoke of freeing people from darkness in a literal sense. Questioner said, would this freeing from darkness be commensurated with the law of one, or does this have any real product? Well, the law of one is a real product. It is. Go figure, man. Right? But Ra says, I am Ra. The product of such a freeing would create two experiences. First experience, there would be no need to find the necessary emollients for payment in your money or for energy. Tesla wanted to do that and provide and connect all of mankind free. Tesla didn't want to charge for it. Could you imagine? Not having to pay for your internet. Not having to pay for a TV. Not having to pay to have a long distance phone call. Not having to pay to fly on a plane. Not having to pay for energy. Secondly, the leisure afforded, thereby amplifying the possibility and enhancing the probability of the freedom to then search the self and being or beginning to seek the law of one. Tesla didn't want to charge for anything. It was part of the law of one. He just couldn't present it because all that energy that was there, all that thought process that was there was overwhelming for his body. overwhelming for his mind consciousness. And other people got it distorted. Other people distorted his applications because they could take advantage of that. Okay, so few there are working physically from daybreak to darkness, as you name them, upon your plane, who can contemplate the law of one in the conscious fashion. There are few. They were few that were available that could do this. There weren't a whole lot of people that could understand Tesla and what he was called to do. The questioner says, what about the Industrial Revolution? Oh, are we here? Are we listening? What about the Industrial Revolution in general? Was this planned in any way? Ra says, I am Ra. This will be the final question of this session. Command, right? And then he says, that is correct. Wanderers incarnated in several waves, as you may call them, in order to bring into existence the gradual freeing from the demand of the Durio cycles and lack of freedom of leisure. There have been wanderers all the time. We have been told that they're aliens so that we fear them. We have been told that they're aliens and UFOs so that we don't let them into our vibration of growth and expansion. We've been told that they're crazy if they're just like us. Oh, they're autistic. They don't understand what they're doing. Oh, they're ADHD. They need to be medicated because they're Fruit Looped. They're wanderers. They were coming here to teach and be taught, to embody and be embodied. Back to you, Marcus. Back to you. Back to you. I'm
gonna let you keep going because I'm on a call with the hospital.
Oh, okay. I will. All right, let's keep going. Right? The questioner says, one last question. The question is, if there is anything that we can do to make the instrument more comfortable, that's the vessel body that Ra is channeling through. And Ra says, I am Ra. You are doing well. The most important thing is to carefully align the symbols. Be in alignment with who you are when you believe that you're being channeled through, that you're getting the messages, that you're getting your downloads, that you're getting your uploads or imploads or whatever you may call it, that you're getting your numbered information, your numerology. Be in alignment, right? So, Ra says, the adjustment made this particular time, the space, the time-space presence, is aiding the instrument. Are you sitting at the seat of your soul and aiding the instrument that's having all this power in it? Are you taking care of it? Doesn't mean I'm telling somebody that you got to go be a vegan or a vegetarian. Don't go run and say I said that. No. So are you taking care of your body? Are you getting enough rest? Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating the foods that you feel are helping your body, so that you can be the vessel that the divine needs to channel through any way the divine needs to channel through it? The divine wanted me to read this because somebody is not doing it. And then somebody is blaming God for the way they feel. The divine said, I am taking a ride with you. I am listening to you. I am always there. Talk to me. I can only see what you do. And then my vibration goes where you're doing it. Somebody is not talking to the divine. Somebody is not being honest with themselves. And that's okay. The divine says, let that be so. But the divine knows that you want more. The divine says, ask. Ask and you shall receive. Believe and embody it. And it will continue. Take care of your body. Stop resisting other people. Let it go. Do you. Don't complain about what they're doing. If you're going out to dinner or to lunch and they're not eating any meat on their plate, but you want to eat some chicken, you want to eat some fish, you want to eat some whatever, eat it. Stop resisting, because that's making you sick. When you're ready to let go and do and make a change, you will make the change. They cannot make it for you. Let go of the resistance against them. It's hurting you. It's not hurting them. I just had to take that moment because it was like strong. Really, really, really strong. Really, really, really strong. The divine wants to say you're doing well. Take out some time to do this. Have a moment to yourself. You're not taking any moments. Whoever it is, you're not taking your moments. Your moments are most precious to you. Your moments, it's a breath. You're doing well. All right. All right. Woo. The divine, through Ra, on page 35, defines growth. The questioner says, could you define what you mean by growth? I'll read before that. Okay. In this, he's talking about first density. The questioner asks, how does this first density progress from greater awareness? We read this. In the last in episode 3. Somebody needs to hear this. We're going to go there again. Growth. Ra says, I am Ra. The spiraling energy, which is the characteristic of what you call light, moves in a straight line spiral. Okay. How do you get a straight line spiral? Straight line is like this. But A spiral is like this. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? Thus giving spirals the infinite vector of going upwards. Straight line. You see it going upwards? I'll do that again. Little kids do it all the time when they started to draw.
And that right there is the reason why, if any of you guys out there have watched the Joe Rogan podcast with Terrence Howard, I'm sure you guys have seen clips of it or heard about it. He actually talks about this. He talks about how there are no straight lines in creation and it's all curves. And then he also tells you how when you look under a microscope at a straight line of some sort, you can see that within that straight line, there's little curves all moving around inside of that straight line, creating the straight line. So that right there, just scientifically, it shows you that everything is made of curves. Even the things that look straight are not actually straight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on. I had to hydrate there. Okay, so Ross says, an inevitable vector upwards to more comprehensive beingness with regards to intelligent infinity. Intelligent infinity, not just infinity, not to infinity and beyond, but intelligent infinity. Thus, the first dimensional beingness strives forward to the second dimensional lessons of a type of awareness that includes growth rather than disillusion or random change. The divine is not random. It's got purpose. It tells you and promises you that there is going to be change, and change is not random. It is purposely given. The questioner says, could you define what you mean by growth? I am raw. Picture, if you will, the difference between first vibrational mineral or water life and the lower second dimensional density of beings that move about within and upon its own being. The movement is characteristic of second density, the striving towards light and growth. Think of a seed being planted, and it has to move upward and break through the ground to move towards the sun, to feel the rain on its stems as it grows its petals or its leaves. The questioner says, by striving towards light, what do you mean? I am raw. Every very simplistic example of second density growth striving towards light is that of a, here we go, leaf towards the source of sunlight. I just turned the page to that. And Ross said it. Questioner says, is there any physical difference between first and second density? For instance, if I could see both a first and second density of planets side by side in my present condition, would I see both of them would they both be physical to me? I am Ra. This is correct. All the octaves of your density would be clearly visible were not the fourth through the seventh freely choosing not to be visible. Everything is free and visible to us if we choose to see it, feel it, be it, expand, grow with it. Hence, if you go watch BBC, and I watched enough of it, where they show you what they believe the world looked like and how it created itself, right? The volcanoes, the ground. Matter of fact, if you guys have a chance, watch it's a movie called, I think it's called, I'm trying to think of, it's like 65,000 or 65 million. And it's about the earth before it became the earth that we know with human beings on it. 65 million. So it's about somewhere about where the dinosaurs are. And it's a movie. Right? And it's about before the earth became the earth, there were travelers. And they got stranded on earth at 65 million years. And at the end of the movie, they showed you the growth of earth from the culmination of the dinosaurs leaving Earth and the growth of the Earth there. And they actually showed, in part, a leaf coming up out the ground and growth. Right? But Ra calls these octaves vibrations. Logos. Second density, strive to do it exactly the same way. Third density as well. Third density, believe it or not, was created expressly for us. Because our higher beings wanted more story. They requested third density. Back to you, Marcus.
That is such good stuff. Like, wow. I actually have a little treat for us. I wanted to play a little clip from this wonderful channel called Universe Inside You. And it is about our good fellow, Mr. Tesla.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to play this clip real quick, just to give you guys a little treat and insight into Tesla's life and the type of things that he was doing to go with this wonderful reading that we've had regarding him.
Current would lose potency as it traveled, so it required power plants every mile, and even then, it barely lighted bulbs. In Tesla's alternating current system, however, since the electricity was easily regenerated along the way, it was not only less costly, it produced far more power for light and additional electric devices. When Westinghouse was hit, however, with financial pressures, Tesla, in his eagerness to better humanity, and likely grateful to the one man who had believed in him, tore up the contract that he'd made with Westinghouse that would have secured commission on his future earnings. Perhaps no statement conveys Tesla's true intentions more than this. Money does not represent such a value as men have placed upon it. All my money has been invested into experiments with which I've made new discoveries, enabling mankind to have a little easier life. Unfortunately, this decision would cost him dearly when he needed the financial support later in his life. Though he's been criticized as being irresponsible, reckless, and impulsive for this decision, the truth about Tesla could not be any clearer. Serving humanity trumped fortune and fame. Tesla had an undying faith, and he saw the absolute perfection of a divine hand in every cause and effect. A single ray of light from a distant star falling upon the eye of a tyrant in bygone times may have altered the course of his life, may have changed the destiny of nations, may have transformed the surface of the globe. So intricate, so inconceivably complex are the processes in nature. The forces are in perfect balance, and hence, the energy of this single thought may determine the motion of a universe. Meanwhile, as both Tesla and Edison each sought influence to commercialize his method of electrical conductivity, Tesla's former hero sought not only to win public favor, but to destroy Tesla in the process. Edison chose to instill fear of alternating current by barbarically exemplifying the very power which made Tesla's system superior. His strategy to create this fear was to stage horrifying demonstrations where he electrocuted animals, cats, dogs, cows, horses, even an elephant. And then it was later even suggested that it be used to execute criminals. As people watched in horror, the manipulation succeeded when no one challenged the perpetrators for their abusive, violent actions. But Tesla saw through it. He said, "The infliction of the death penalty is not only barbarous and inhumane, but unnecessary as a factor in the scheme of modern civilization." Fortunately, common sense prevailed, and after a dramatic debut of light at the World's Fair, the AC model won the war, making Tesla and his patent owner, Westinghouse, international celebrities overnight. For Tesla, as long as humanity had needs, there was work to do. Without family responsibilities and driven by humanitarianism, not financial gain, he continued to invent prolifically. Tesla went on to successfully fulfill his 30-year-old dream of harnessing hydroelectricity from Niagara Falls, an accomplishment which launched the tireless inventor onto the world stage. Having directly relieved the drudgery of the 19th century, he became known as the mysterious immigrant. Despite the temporary fame and notoriety, despite the distraction provided by attractive women, and despite the loneliness, Tesla never married. He stayed the course. His love was service through creation. For the next few decades,
So yeah.
So So did
Nikola
I get
Tesla.
it wrong? Did I get it wrong? I thought he was trying to work to get things to move through was it we were already using DC and he wanted to use AC? I thought we were already using AC and he wanted to use DC to modernize. Did I get it backwards, Marcus?
I don't recall. I'm not sure what it said.
If I said it backwards, forgive me, but I just thought that I had saw some more information about him, and I thought they were, or I'm going to have to check that out so I can make sure I have my information correct, but I think it's DC. So because he goes, before he dies, I think that someone actually steals another part of that. And actually that's where we get to have computers and cell phones, and he connects the world. So I think there's more to that. So boy, I'm gonna have to do my work, because I think that alone, the fact that his name is mentioned off of Ra's lips, right? Is like, oh, okay. He had this all going, and other people took it and distorted it, because the energy that he was moving through, the information that his downloads were more powerful than his brain or his body could handle. Thank you for that. That's just, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I'm speechless.
Yeah, he's quite the extraordinary life, that's for sure.
Truly an extraordinary life. But the fact that infinity is creation, and we're constantly creating. Infinity is, the thing is, okay, here's, I've got so much going through. God created the earth and man. And on the seventh day, God rested. Right. All I gotta say is, nah. The transition is nah. The transition is God put the creation in our hands. And it's continually creating in us. God didn't rest. God didn't say, you got to come to me and get my permission. The divine, whoever you call it, however you call it, God Almighty, I don't care what your definition is, says that I've given you the power. Use it.
Yeah.
Now that you know, you don't have to be like Tesla and be confused. You could sit at the seat of your higher being, and you can ask your higher being questions. Ask your higher being why you feel annoyed, or you feel constricted, or you feel claustrophobic, or you feel a lot of hate. Ask your higher being, well, is this a feeling that you wanted to feel? Can we be done with it? Can we go create something else? Imagine if Tesla could have sat at the seat of his soul and found out what he needed to say and how he needed to do it, and how he could manipulate the energy that was moving through him. And just imagine that. None of his enemies, or let's call it not his enemies, let's just call it the confused people that spend a lot of time telling him he was confused. wouldn't have any power over him because he would be within his power. Now fast forward that and move that to you right now. It's okay to go to a doctor and your doctor tell you, oh, you've got arthritis and you'll never do this and never do that. That's okay. That's their prerogative. At least you know what they're saying that you got. Now you can step up to the plate and say, well, I know that my body is a magnificent healer. Who do you want to be allowing your body to heal your arthritis? It's okay. You heard it. You found out that the doctor said you have arthritis. I'm just using that as a point. You don't have to take it any further about what their perception of how you're going to heal. You get to take over and go, I got this. I'm not telling you not to take any medicine that they didn't say, because if you're not strong or holding a lot of space and a lot of energy to hold yourself accountable to your body, you better be taking that medication. But while you're in the transition, you get to have a power. You get to sift and sort through your powers and your abilities. If you're not ready to jump off the top of your roof and really fly, you better not jump. But look at the Wright brothers. Intention plus continuous energy. And are we now flying around the world? Can you get on a plane? You may have to fly 8 hours to get someplace, but if you close your eyes and envision and have the intention that you'll be there, those 8 hours won't feel like nothing. You'll say, we're here already?
Yeah.
You got a dishwasher. You got a dishwasher because a woman got tired of washing her dishes. That's right. A Black woman got tired of washing her dishes, and she created the first dishwasher. She invented the first dishwasher because she put her intention, her energy, and her skill. She was a learned woman. And look what we got now. Yeah, that's right. General Electric got a dishwasher. Who capitalized on that? It don't matter. She created it for her. She used it in her household. She did what she achieved to do. What are you doing? Ross says that the universe is seeking itself. It's creating itself. The creator is moving in, through, and as us, creating itself. Life is seeking to expand. So we went from Nikola Tesla today, backtrack to the last episode, and we talked about Terrence Howard. Intention plus vibrational energy that flows through you naturally. You can create whatever you want. You're a creator. You're a creator without even believing or knowing you're a creator. The universe is going to listen to you. And I point to the universe because most of us point upward. But the universe is within you, flowing in, through, and as you. Ra is flowing in, through, and as you. Jesus consciousness is flowing in, through, and as you. Buddha consciousness is flowing in, through, and as you. Mohammed consciousness is flowing in, through, and as you. I'm quite sure that as I stop saying that, Marcus can pick up and tell you some more consciousnesses that are flowing in, through, and as you.
That's right.
How powerful are you?
magnetically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yes, we were supposed to move from self-preservation to self-exploration. That's growth. Self-preservation, we were supposed to grow from that. Self-preservation was first density and second density. We were supposed to grow. We were supposed to evolve third density. The object of us thinking that we are supposed to die to get to fourth density and fifth density and sixth density, that can be your illusion. But growth and we're supposed to grow and expand with Earth consciousness. She's already shifted to fourth density. Matter of fact, she's in fifth density. She's going to wait for you to catch up. It's your choice. Fourth density is just being in 3D and seeing it through a whole different consciousness, whole different lens. You put on a different set of lenses that you see through. Fifth density, the same way. And there are some that are on this earth plane that are seeing it from 366 density. That's just a number that the divine gave me. But it's expansive. Whoa. Free will choice, baby. Mm-hmm. And you're not just waiting to die to incarnate. Every time you go to sleep, that's death. Every time you wake up, that's rebirth. You're incarnating every moment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And don't worry about if you're not there yet. You're on your way. That's part of the journey. It's called growth. It's called expansion. It's called wisdom, understanding. It's called shifting and shimmering. Yeah. Back to you, Marcus. Woo. Thank you, Ra.
Wow. So, just to kind of, just recap and really bundle this all together nicely in this episode. Number one, remembering our power of intention. Remembering that through our intention and then through our focus of our mind, the mental power of mentalism, we are able to blend together through these different concepts, techniques of human nature that are also replications of the image of the Creator. We are able to generate and experience in our reality what it is that we will. And through our intention, through our focus and willpower, we're able to manifest anything that is possible. Now, here's the thing. Number one, remembering that being in a third dimensional realm, it is quite dense, so to say, compared to higher dimensional realms of where we are grabbing this information, grabbing these codes, through the mind and consciousness to be able to ground and anchor them and project them into this material realm. So as we start with the mental, as it starts with mind and the mental body, it then funnels into, and you can see this in diagrams online of the multidimensional human being, is the layers of our aura. So it starts in the mental, it's all mental information. And then the more that we focus on that mental information, we are then able to download it through our emotional body. So then we feel that information through our emotional body. And then through our emotional body, it is able to be expressed, it is able to be sensed through our physical body. But there is one thing that is basically the bridge for the emotional and mental energies to be explored through the physical human, and that is through the energy light body, as we've spoken on in previous episodes. So with that being said, our intentions is our emotions. It is taking our emotional energy and giving it direction, giving it a place to be expressed or to go. And then what we focus on with the mind is the projector. It is the director of the emotions and the energy of where it should be expressed, where it should be focused, and where it should go. And then the physical body is our actions through will, taking action, taking accountability, aligning ourselves, dismembering and remembering the different aspects of self to be able to be in alignment, to be in resonation for what it is that we wish to embody, manifest, and attract into our reality. With this being said, bringing focus to self when it comes to clearing out and balancing these different layers is one of the keys to being able to manifest and attract the best life that you wish to have. If our vessel, our earth body, is the conduit, is the bridge for these different consciousness energies to be expressed, to be present, to be able to be experienced, then we gotta really truly think about treating our vessel as a true temple of spirit, so that through our temple, we are able to be that instrument with a smooth and seamless stream of consciousness, higher self, being able to be naturally expressed through us. And when I say naturally, I don't mean that natural as in you look at your grocery product and it says natural flavor. I'm saying the natural as in you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to do anything about it. You are just feeling a certain way. It is just happening and it's embodied. That type of natural. And also just thinking like if we're clogged up in our energy field, if we're holding on to a lot of attachments, a lot of pain, a lot of resentment and other things, these are all very contributing factors that are going to create resistance. It's also going to create density and slow down the manifestation process, and also lead us to different imbalances, which can cause illness throughout the being and disease. So we live in a world where it's very easy to always look outside of ourselves for answers, look outside of ourselves as something to provide healing or to give us security and give us worth and value. But I just invite us to remember what we just spoke on and to bring that focus a little bit more within. Bring it a little bit more to your own mind, to your own emotions, to your own body, and just tune in, tap in, see where they're at, see what they need when it comes to nurturing, to love, to rebalancing, and try to stay in this self-awareness as you continue on with your day. As to me, at least, that is really being present with self, is being able to hear your body telling you something, being able to hear your emotions and what it's trying to tell you, being able to analyze and observe the thought patterns that are not yours that are coming through without attaching and realizing that they may pass through. And through this awareness of self-consciousness, you're able to really bring things more to a present standpoint instead of time, past, future. And just remember that all is unfolding with me, through me, and in every other way. As Jesus says in the book of Thomas, you enter the kingdom when you make the outside the inside, the inside the outside. When you make male female and female male. So just remember, what you believe is in the sky, what you believe is all around, is just as equally right there inside of you. Every single moment.
Yes. And before I go, I've got this book right here. It calls You Are the Universe. It's by Deepak Chopra and Mensis Kafatos. It's Deepak is a spiritualist, and Menas, I hope I'm pronouncing it, he's a scientist. But the fact, as soon as Marcus started speaking this information, this is where the divine turned this page. I'm going to tell you, this is, let it be so. That's all I got to say. It states, this mini chapter says, how every cell mirrors the cosmos. The first one is called complementary. Each cell preserves its individual life while maintaining a balance with the whole body. Even the cells that seem like opposites, such as a bone cell and a blood cell, are necessary to each other. They are necessary to the whole. And then the next little mini chapter, he says, it's called creative interactivity. They use big words. It says, each cell produces chemical products to fit specific situations, such as how much oxygen is needed in the blood at very high versus very low altitudes. Genes adapt creatively to change all the time by creating new mixes of chemical products in the cell. Your cells are alive. They're thinking. Matter of fact, they're ready to hear from you. They're ready to hear you talk.
Yep.
You stubbed your toe. They're ready. Your cells in your toe are ready to hear what you want to do with it. How long do you want to feel the pain in your toe? How far do you want the pain to go from your toe to your brain? Your cells are waiting. Next section is called evolution. All cells begin with the same DNA as well as the same general stem cell structure. This is based off this scientist that is working with this spiritualist. Did you hear me? This scientist working with this spiritualist, the body, mind, and soul, triune, working together to be you.
That's beautiful.
Right?
And that's the bridge we've been waiting on in this world, I feel like, is spirituality and science. And now that that's bridging, oh man. Oh man.
Talk about the shifting of the whole damn thing. Right?
40.
So evolution says all cells begin with the same DNA. Come on, and they're working together. They're just waiting for one thing, to hear you give it a command. Your DNA is life. It's waiting for you to give it a command. Whoa. Those are the first three that I'm supposed to read. I'm supposed to read more, but not right now. But you're waiting for the more, right? Did that wake you up? That woke me up. I hadn't got to the end of this book
And remember,
yet.
guys, when we say your command, that's any command. So when you're unconsciously or you're just very, trigger-like reacting and just saying like, oh man, I am so sick. I'm probably gonna be sick for a while. Like, or man, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get over this relationship. I don't know if I'll ever be able to let go of them. The more you continue to keep saying that, remember, your wish is your command in this universe. Your cells are listening. Everything within existence is listening to you. And the more that you just continue to feed that and say that, then it'll continue to amplify and become your reality and your illusion that you experience. But if you shift that, even when you say it and then you catch it, you can just shift it right there. You can be like, that's okay that I thought that way. But right now I feel like I can actually start regenerating myself. I feel myself returning back to balance. And I'm just gonna let go of this and allow myself to be able to be filled with love. Those are the small, subtle things that end up becoming a lot bigger in the way that we perceive as well as embody and experience reality.
Yes. And we just lost our IG because we were at the hour mark. Well, we didn't lose them. They got what they needed to get from us. So we say, Ashe.
Yep.
Let it be so. But I do have to go.
Me too.
I do have to. Hey, and you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited for episode 5. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
You know, because the vibration of Ra has us going back to the beginning of the book and to the middle of the book and then a little of the end and then right back to the beginning to bring this all together for you. So I am so excited. I just can't hide it.
Absolutely. And that will do it for episode 4 of Ascending Beyond Limitations, the raw materials study with myself, Marcus Christolight, and our co-host, Sandee Marshall. Thank you guys all for tapping into this episode. And feel free, as usual, to drop your comments or any of your suggestions or knowledge that you have surrounding these topics. Feel free to put them in the comments and reach out. And we will be kicking off this week, coming up with our new start times. So coming up, the next episode is going to be Wednesday. And Wednesdays will actually stay at the same time. So this Wednesday, it will be 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern as usual. And then we'll also be doing Sundays as well. So it'll be Wednesdays and Sundays every week. And then on Sundays, we'll actually be shifting it more into the afternoon and evening time. So it'll be beginning at 3:33 p.m. Pacific time, and then 6:33 p.m. Eastern time. So just one more time for you guys. Wednesdays will be 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Sundays will be 3:33 p.m. Pacific, and then 6:33 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays. We'll see you guys this coming up Wednesday for the next episode at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, as we will explore episode 5 of Ascending Beyond Limitations, the Raw Material Law of One study.
Yes. Peace.
Sandee, have a beautiful and blessed day on this fine
Sunday.
I almost forgot what day it was. That was so funny. I was like, this fine. I'm about to say Wednesday.
You have a beautiful Sunday too.
Oh my God. What
Give
a way
your
to
father
close
all
out.
my love. Give your
Wholeness
father
and
all
balance
my
love,
love.
everybody. Thank you. And yeah, everybody, if you could just send some beautiful prayers and love towards my father. And also, I'm sending love to all the fathers out there on this Father's Day. Thank you all for being you.
And all the mothers who have been mothers and fathers, happy Father's Day to you too.
Ashe.
Take care. Bye-bye.